Hi everyone, this is Jane here from Crystal Sparkles Readings, and I'm here to pop down our tarot cards for us for next week, which I think we're up to 18th of November. Yeah, I think it is 18th of November. So I'm going to have a little shuffle. I'm going to be using the black and white Faulkner deck as usual, and these Everyday Witch tarot, got my words out, tarot, excuse me, and also I'm going to be using Brian's deck as well as our oracle cards. So I'm going to have a shuffle of the black and white Faulkner first and see what we've got. For next week. So here we have next week's card. Okay, so Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is a really fab card, actually. I love the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is one of those cards that kind of talks about us kind of having manifested for ourselves the things that we've wanted, the things that we've asked for, the things that we've worked hard towards. The Nine of Pentacles is not a this is all dropped in your lap card, though. This is a card that says you've worked hard to get to where you want to be. As you can see in the card, I don't know if you can actually see it. I'll hold it a little bit closer, see if you can. The guy is kind of sat there at his table. He's got his nice bottle of wine. He's got his nice silver candlesticks. He's looking pretty chilled out and relaxed, giving himself a bit of a toast for having come so far. But as you can see, look at the bottom of his shoes. His shoes are worn. He's walked a long way to get to where he's got to. So this is someone who's put in the hard work. So when we're looking at a card for the week or a card for a day, or a kind of like standalone card, this card is saying to you that you have achieved a lot through your own hard work. Okay, it talks about there being more than enough of things, of anything around you, but that more than enough has been achieved through hard work, hasn't just dropped in your lap. So, don't forget to give yourself a little bit of a pat on the back from time to time. Something we don't really do very much of. We certainly don't do enough of it. Sorry, I'm just having a little drink of water. So that's what our Faulkner Tarot is saying to us today. Nine of Pentacles, beginning of the week. Give yourself a bit of a pat on the back. When we start off our week, quite often we just don't even acknowledge what we've achieved. We're just like, right, what's next? Monday started, get loads of work done, blah, 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 blah. And we don't actually take a little bit of 5 minutes to just go, hang on, I did a lot last week. I achieved a lot, or I achieved a lot over this last weekend. I'm going to give myself a little bit of a treat, a little bit of a pat on the back. So don't neglect yourself in that. And I'll just pop him just there. And then I have a little shuffle of these Everyday Witch Tarot. See what our other card is. There we go. Let's just have a little look and see. Here we've got him again, Knight of Swords. I think we had him last week. So Knight of Swords, all about contact, all about speedy changes in direction. I know I said this to you last week as well, but it's the same card, so I kind of feel like I need to say it again. When you look at, if you look at the Harry Potter films and you look at the sequences where they film the game Quidditch, where they're playing the game Quidditch, which is the game that they play on broomsticks chasing balls around, they zoom about all over the place. They're quickly changing direction. They're going off in one direction, then the other direction. This is the Queen. This is the Knight of Swords energy. The Knight of Swords talks about swift changes. It talks about moving forward. He talks about direction. He talks about clarity. It's all about communication. We have Mercury coming out of its retrograde phase on the 20th of November. So that's this week. We're still going to be in that shadow phase, so we're not completely out of the woods. But towards the last part of the week, which is what this Knight of Swords is talking to us about, you can expect to see communication, much more free-flowing communication. So if something's felt a bit stuck, if you felt like you haven't been able to say your piece, if you felt like somebody hasn't said their piece to you, then this all is much faster moving towards the end of the week. So you can expect to see those things starting to change, and things moving forward in terms of communication. I always feel really strongly drawn with the swords to talking about truth as well, and how important it is for you to speak your truth. More so when you get the Ace of Swords, I really feel like that is the sword of truth. But sometimes with other cards, I get really drawn to that energy, and I just feel like with him on his sword, on his broom, he's got his sword out in front of him, so he's following his truth. If you consider his sword as his truth, then he on that broomstick is following his truth. Now you can see his sword is drawn, so he's ready to cut through any nonsense that needs to be cut through. He's ready to speak his truth. He's ready to say what he means. So this is a really good sign for the end of the week, where you can be free to speak what you want to speak your truth. Doesn't have to be aggressive, doesn't have to be a row, but it does have to be your truth. Okay, so that's really important when we're looking at that Knight of Swords. I love that Knight of Swords. It's come up a lot in that deck. It is turning into a little bit of a stalker card for us. I'm going to put down one of Brian's cards as well, Brian's Oracle cards. So the lady that created the black and white Faulkner deck, which is the one that I use all the time, also created Brian's deck, which is an Oracle deck. Brian is her guide, and she made this deck to give some direct guidance from Brian, and he really does not hold back at all. This is the box of that deck, just to show you what Brian's deck looks like. That's Brian's deck. He just does tend to tell it like it is, which is interesting because I pulled out the Knight of Swords, which is a kind of tell it as it is card. So let's look and see what Brian's got to say for us for next week. Okay, so there we go. Brian's talking about magic. It says, have a bit of that. All good. Finally, a happy ending. So beautiful, beautiful card to look at the end of next week for us. It's a lovely card that talks about, well, you can see what it talks about. It's saying to us that we have that magic available to us. It's a happy ending. Our energy being manifesting the good stuff for us. We've put in, it's like we've said here, we've put in all that hard work. Nine of Pentacles. We've gone for what we want. We've followed our truth. The result of that is magic. I don't know if I'll be able to show you this, but I'll try. I know people do like to see. Oh, I won't show you that because he's jumped down now. I was going to show you Merlin, who jumped up onto the back of the chair. But he's decided that he doesn't want to be up there anymore because I said I'd show him on the camera. It's been a little bit camera shy today. Not like him. He normally likes to show himself off. So that's our week for us. Don't forget to give yourself a pat on the back. Don't forget to go for what you want. When you do those things, you can achieve the magic. That's our message from Brian for the end of the week. So thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe if you like this kind of thing. Thanks ever so much. It's been lovely working with you, and I'll speak to you next time. Bye for now.